It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we've got some history in this battle of AFL alumni. It's the New England Patriots and the Cincinnati Bengals. Next on Madden Football.
Now from the banks of the Ohio River, we welcome you to Paycor Stadium in downtown Cincinnati, Ohio. The rain started earlier today. It hasn't let up much. It is going to be a wet one. Glad you're with us, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson. Nice and dry here in the booth, but Greg, you've been down on the field and played in one of these sloppy, wet, rainy games. What is it like?
Well, it depends what position you play. For the offensive defensive linemen, they love it. It's a little bit slower. The defense is a little bit slower to react to the ball. A lot more runs, less pass protection. So for them, they're thrilled. But for anybody who has to handle the ball on either side, offense or defense, this is a nightmare. You're stressing about what gloves, no gloves. Do I sometimes wear gloves? The quarterback, towel. There is a lot of conversations going on with the equipment guys in the locker room. Rain games for skill players are the worst.
Charlie Jones now to return. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Cincinnati offense set to take over for the first time. And they're led by the #1 overall pick in 2021, national champion at LSU, it's Joe Burrow.
We're looking at one of the most gifted quarterbacks in the league, and really, Mike, it's not just post-snap with the arm talent and the ability to make every throw, but it's even what he's able to do before the ball is snapped. He's one of the smartest quarterbacks in the league. Remember, coming off an injury-shortened season just a year ago, he's looking to prove he's still an elite quarterback in the NFL.
Burrow gonna open by putting it up. Right away, they're coming after him, and they get him. A sack on the opening snap of the game.
Prior to the opening kickoff, the home crowd is rocking. They're on their feet cheering. Well, one play in, got a little quieter in here. This defense came out, and they took the fight right to him, able to bring the quarterback down for an opening play sack to get their defense settled into this one.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Gonna get that complete to Jamar Chase. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you could see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield, perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Working out of the gun, Burrow. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
Burrow here on 2nd down. He's got the hookup to Mike Gesicki. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Burrow. Oh, got him again the 2nd time with a sack on this opening drive.
His defensive line clearly has a beat on this offense. They've got to find a way to settle their pass protections. If they want to be able to get their quarterback in any sort of established rhythm and timing going forward, they're going to have to do a lot better job protecting them early in this game. That's already 2 sacks allowed.
Second down, Burrow. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
On first down, Burrow. To the goal line and in. Touchdown, Bengals. Exactly the way they scripted this one. A beautiful opening drive, Greg. Able to find the end zone on the game's first possession.
And Mike, the word that comes to mind looking at that drive is execution, and that's exactly what they talked about all week long. They wanted to come out early in this game and establish an early rhythm, and that's exactly what they did with that touchdown drive.
Evan McPherson now to kick the extra point. He's got it. And the Bengals will take a 7-0 lead. After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. To return, it's Antonio Gibson. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The New England offense getting ready to go to work here. They'll be led by the man from North Carolina, 6'4", quarterback Drake May.
I think we're seeing this so often now in the modern NFL is quarterbacks who can hurt you both improv as a scrambler and also with designed runs coming out of the huddle. So this is a tricky situation. Guys who can run with this kind of speed, you have to be very careful how you pass rush them. You're not just rushing to a spot. It's not just an X behind the center. You got to try to corral him and keep him in the pocket because when he escapes, big plays are to be had.
And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on first down. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
3rd and short, and here is May. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
The drag route, we used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
They'll turn and hand this one off. And that'll be a gain of 2 and a first down.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
They'll stay on the ground. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Man in motion, it's Diggs. They'll try the jet sweep with Diggs. And this defense having nothing of that, they get him down behind the line.
When you come across on a jet sweep, Mike, you're hoping once you get the ball, all you see is green grass and open space. Well, in this case, he had a lot of unhappy defenders waiting for him, and they're able to put him down behind the line.
What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? Working out of the gun. And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
On 4th down, Bryce Behringer out to punt for New England. Charlie Jones, the return man for the Bengals. Looking up through the raindrops. No issue there, though. Fair catch, called for and taken successfully. The Bengals offense ready now for their 2nd drive. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive. So try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. To throw is Burrow. Taken in by Gesicki. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
And he's got a Bengals 1st down as the tackle's made at the 36.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10. A toss, and here's Brooks. And the D closes quickly. He's stopped after a gain of a yard. Robert Spillane spills him there. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Brown. And he'll get this ahead. Gain of about 4. And it leads to 3rd down. Burrow from out of the gun here on 3rd down. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on 3rd down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Patriots offense ready for their second possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. Out of the gun, here's May. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
May to throw on second down. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Oh, can't afford another incompletion here. Quickly it is 3rd and 10. Throwing is May. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Here's Bryce Behringer now, and he'll be looking for something better after that poor first punt. And he's going to make a fair catch just beyond his own 40-yard line. The Bengals offense make their way out to take over once more. They lead it here early 7-0 as they start with a 1st and 10. Back to throw, Burrow. To the middle of the field, caught by Higgins.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike. How well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard him.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. They bring Chase in motion. Now a 2nd down throw for Burrow. Fires left sideline. That is complete. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Ball down to the 16-yard line, and it's 1st and 10. They bring Chase in motion. On 1st and 10, Burrow. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
That's to his big tight end, Gesicki. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. Gesicki, the man in motion. He pulls it in around the 5. And they're going to have enough to convert here. And it sets up 1st and goal.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
Now, Burrow. That one is caught in the back of the end zone. Mike Gesicki. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
McPherson now for the PAT. The kick is good. And the Bengals move out on top, 14-0. After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So now the New England offense getting ready for their next possession. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. And in motion, it's Diggs. They'll go play action with May. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Seemed to me from up here, Mike, that he really locked in on that guy. He told himself, I'm going to give my guy a chance to go compete for this ball. But anytime he enters such a crowded area, it usually means if he works through his progression, there's an easier throw somewhere on the field. Instead, he tries to fit it in and just wasn't able to quite make the completion. So they made it a priority here early to try to get him the ball in the 1st quarter, but that was their 3rd attempt. None of them have resulted in a catch. I think you got to start looking elsewhere. You don't want to get into a position, Mike, where you feel like you're forcing the guy the ball and forcing your offense to run through him.
Throwing on 3rd down is May. This one intercepted. Picked off by Cam Taylor-Britt. And he is going to score. A pick 6 for the touchdown. And they extend the lead. The defense joining the party. A pick 6 for a touchdown. Greg, they are extending this lead out.
Yeah, now you've just seen both sides just make their impact felt here in the 1st half. The offense has done their part, and now it's the defense that is able to capitalize on the turnover and take it all the way back for the pick 6.
On is McPherson for the extra point. He's got it. And the Bengals looking terrific here out of the gate. Already up 21-0. After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. He fields it at the 8. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Patriots offense ready to get back at it. They are facing an uphill climb early. Begin this drive with 1st and 10. And the first carry for Antonio Gibson. And he'll take this to about the 28. It is Logan Wilson up to make the play. Here's a 2nd and 6. May gonna look to throw. He's got his big tight end, Henry. Down the sideline. And he's going to be brought down inside the 15.
Over the course of my career early on, there was a handful of guys that were downfield threats in the passing game, but they did a lot of stuff in the run game. They were really good extra pass protectors, and if you threw them the ball, they had very sure hands. But what we're seeing now is the ability to get deep and add layers into the secondary as a pass receiving threat, and not only do damage before they catch the ball, but so many of these guys have tremendous ability after the catch.
He's got his man on the in route. Yes, take it in over the middle. So after 21-0 is our score. Greg and I back here in Cincinnati after this. It's the tight end Henry in motion. They'll try to run this one in. And he will fight his way to the end zone. Touchdown, Patriots. Well, that is a step in the right direction, finding the end zone. I don't know, Greg, could this be building some momentum for these guys, and that's important before halftime?
Absolutely, and I think the biggest thing this coach is trying to get across right now on the sideline, Mike, is let's just cut into this lead and let's make it a one-score game at half. So they still got some work to do, but if they can go into halftime, regroup, catch their breath, just keep it close, give yourself a fighting chance here out of the break.
The extra point by Romo is good, and the Patriots get back in it. It is 21-7. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Jones now on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Heading out now, the Cincinnati offense. They're going to get set to take over once more. The lead is a couple of touchdowns as this drive kicks off 1st and 10. Throwing is Burrow. He'll spot Higgins, who makes the grab. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And It wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Burrow and his favorite target, Chase, for the Cincinnati first down.
It's pretty evident, Mike, when a quarterback and his wide receiver are operating on the exact same page. The anticipation, the timing, the accuracy of both the route and the ball. And when they're working together like this, that's the definition of teach tape.
That one broken up. It is incomplete. They tried the shot on first down, couldn't connect. It'll bring up second down.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make third down manageable and take your chances picking up a key third down?
And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. This one complete to Higgins. And it looks like he's going to have the first down. What great work after the catch to extend the drive. They go play action for Burrow. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he'll say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up second down. He was trying to get it to Jamar Chase. It's second down. Off the play fake. Here's Burrow. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down. Working out of the gun, Burrow. He'll try to run forward. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. One of the Patriots has it. The quarterback was on the move, starting to gain some yards, but then he lost the ball. And the fumble's recovered by the defense.
And early on, Mike, it was actually a really good job by the quarterback, extending that play, getting some positive yards with his legs, but he decided not to slide and give himself up. He takes that hit, loses the ball, and now the defense takes over.
The Patriots offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. To throw is May. He runs with it. About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a first down.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
May now on 1st and 10. That's complete to Diggs. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. They get an even 20 on that one. First down, New England.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
Throwing on 1st and 10 is May. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
Now a give on the ground. Space to run inside the 20. And he's out of bounds all the way inside the 15-yard line. They get 24 on that one. Good for a Patriots first down.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
They can still get a first down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. What more could you ask for on first down? Nice run of 8, setting up 2nd and short. Working out of the gun, it's May. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have...
And he will take this one across into the end zone. Drake May. Touchdown, New England. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
The extra point by Romo is good. And the Pats draw closer here. It's 21-14. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Jones now on the return. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. Out comes Joe Burrow and the Bengals offense to take over once more. And he has done everything you could ask of him coming into this one. He spread it around, hasn't taken many chances, and potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. A run with Brooks to begin this drive. And he'll manage to get to the 33. Harold Landry there on the tackle. They face 2nd down and 7. To throw is Burrow. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. T. Higgins, the intended receiver on that one. and it'll be third down. Burrow from out of the gun here on third down. He's got a receiver. It's Chase. That's his third catch of this first half and good enough for a first down.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
Now Burrow on the bootleg. He'll find Andre Yosibas. Here's 2nd and 2. They bring Chase in motion. 2nd down, Burrow. He's got Gesicki open down the field. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
We spent so much time talking about arm strength, and while that certainly has a place in the conversation, look at the touch of this ball, Mike. It's a deep corner route. This ball needs to have the right pace, the right trajectory to not only get it over the second-level defenders, but get that ball down into the hands of his target. He makes it look a lot easier than it actually is. As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
Gesicki, the man in motion. Now a 2nd down throw for Burrow. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down, but they are set up with 1st and goal.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. But as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So
good blocking, and he's in. Touchdown, Bengals. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score, and Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
McPherson now for the PAT. It's up and good. And the Bengals have doubled their advantage. It is now a 28-14 game. After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. On the return, here comes Gibson. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Patriots offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. They send him right out of the slot. They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. And they're going to mark him down up past the 35.
Well, really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to third down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
Here's Gibson. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. Off the play fake, here's May. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
Timing and trust. Critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
Here now, 3rd and 5. From out of the gun, here's May. And that is incomplete.
Mike, when you're completing less than 35% of your passes, you're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL. He's just too erratic throughout the course of the game. Sometimes it's exactly how they practiced, and at other times, it looks like they've never practiced at all.
And he's going to be hit and dropped right away. That's great coverage there. Winds up with nothing on the return. The Bengals offense and Joe Burrow set to take over again. And he's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. And he looks to add to them with another drive here. This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground with Brooks. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
The offense is trying to test the edges of the perimeter of this defense, Mike, but the defense is just too quick to the ball. Total team defense, pursuit, 11 hats to the ball carrier. It's exactly what we saw here. Keep that gain to nothing.
Burrow here on 2nd down. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. Now, Burrow. He'll air one out for Higgins. That one is batted away. Incomplete. No separation that time. Tightly defended. It brings up 4th down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Now, fair catch will be taken out near the 35-yard line. The visitors' offense and their running back set to go once more. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Slot man in motion right. They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
Back to the ground, he'll get it again. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Now May will set up the screen for Gibson. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
You see so many teams wait till 3rd down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on 1st down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screenplay still in the back of their head.
And he'll be out of bounds all the way down at the 10. What a big play there for New England. 37 yards.
This defense just gets punched in the mouth on that one, Mike, and it just seemed from up here that not everyone on defense was on the same page, and the offense was able to take advantage of it. The defense has to clean things up here in a hurry, because if they don't, they could be in for a long day.
What an important sequence this is, trying to get one of those scores back before halftime in a great spot. 1st down and goal. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
To play in the NFL, you've got to have a short-term memory, because regardless of whether the previous play was good or bad, they're going to line up and snap it again. And in this case, really nice job bouncing back. They put the bad play behind them, forced the sack in the ensuing play, and they're right back on track.
First down was not very good. Here's 2nd and goal. Here's May. Throwing left side, and it's taken in by Williams. Now the Patriots going to use their first timeout as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go until halftime. Big play coming up, 3rd and goal. To throw now, May. They'll try to set up the screen here. Great job by this defense. Nowhere near the end zone as we get to 4th and goal. So on now is John Parker Romo to try the field goal. Officially a 29-yard attempt. Romo's kick is good. And the Patriots are able to put up 3 and cut into the lead.
Anytime you find yourself kicking in these elements, Mike, you just can't take anything for granted, especially when it comes to your plant foot. Your balance, your control, your footing. It's so important, and give credit. He does a great job here, able to put that one through.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Now an opening past the 30. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. Jamar Chase headed back out there along with the rest of his Bengal teammates. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in the first half, it's resulted in a big play that is borne out by those eye-popping numbers. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Gesicki, the man in motion. A first down throw for Burrow. There's that man again, another catch. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. from the shotgun, it's Burrow. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line. First and 10. Here's Burrow. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
So, halftime here in Cincinnati, and the Bengals are on top as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Michael, thanks very much. And with that, we welcome you all into our EA Sports studios. This is the halftime report. We saw a strong first half out of the quarterback, Joe Burrow. He came out of the gate smoking hot with 2 first-quarter touchdown passes to help steer his guys towards this halftime lead. Both of these offenses had their share of high points in that first half. Each team had some big moments, and it would seem this could turn out to be a game where the last score wins.
Coach, thank you, and the rain only intensifying as the teams are back out here for what figures to be a sloppy second half to come. The rain not letting up. It continues to be a factor here as we get back underway in the second half. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense ready for this next possession. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast, and right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
Here's May to throw it on first down. He's going to run it. And May will not risk it. Into the slide. And he's got the first down. 15 yards the pickup. Good for a first down.
We've seen this quarterback have some effective plays with his legs all game today, Mike. He knows when to stay in there and look to pass, but he also knows when it's time to tuck it and go, and he's able to pick up good yardage there.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
Only a couple on that one. It'll set up third down. May gonna look to throw. A throw on the move is caught. It's a gain of 12 there. First down, New England.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
On first and 10, here's May. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
From the gun, here's a handoff. He'll push forward for about a yard. It was Cam Taylor-Britt with the tackle. Third down and 9. To throw is May. He'll let this go deep for the end zone. That is incomplete. Well read that time defensively, making it difficult downfield, and that's going to bring up a fourth down.
Well, if you're going to target him in the end zone, you better come correct, man, because this guy, he embraces those moments of one-on-one coverage when it matters the most, and I think he just saved 6 by getting his hands on that one.
And this is not going to get it done, not even close to picking up the first down, and they will turn it over on downs. Working out of the gun, Burrow. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
And he's pushing tacklers away as he takes it forward for a gain of 9.
It's tough to completely celebrate, Mike, when you don't pick up the first down, but that's a run you will take every single time. I mean, good yardage, and in a lot of situations, it'll get you the first down, just not here.
Play action now. It's Burrow. Open man, right side. He's got it. And he's going to be out of bounds just past the marker. The ball was in the proper place for a new set of downs.
Really just comes down to everybody understanding the situation. You realize, how many yards do I need to get for the first down? And just make sure at least one of my receivers is past the sticks. That's where he went with the ball, and they're able to convert. The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
They'll come up here on second down and 5. Gesicki, the man in motion. Burrow now. Looked like a lateral there, but now it's a free football. One of the Patriots has it. Inside the 40. One of those exciting moments in a football game. There is a turnover and a fumble, and all of a sudden the guys who were on defense, they're starting to think like offensive players, Greg. They really wanted to take that back the other way.
And I think for that offense, they're fortunate that didn't lead to a touchdown, because for a minute, I thought the defender was going to take it all the way back. But either way, winds up with a pretty nice return, and his offense is in great position.
This offense ready for their next possession, led by their running back. They can get back into this quickly now. Very short field ahead. It is 1st and 10. It's the tight end, Henry, in motion. On play action, here's May. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down.
The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion.
He was looking for Stephon Diggs there, and it's going to bring up a third down.
You could just see the reaction on the sideline. This defense thought they had themselves a critical stop. The mantra down here for all defensive coordinators, Mike, is takeaways, field goals. That's what you're trying to do, and man, they were this close to coming away with a huge takeaway.
Taking off, he'll try to get there.
And that's a great job defensively here on third down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
So on now is John Parker Romo to try the field goal. This one from 41 yards out. He has to drive this through the rain, but he does. The kick is good. And the Pats are able to get it back within a score.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Jones now on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Bengals offense ready to take over possession of the football. The advantage is 8. We'll see if they can make this a 2-score game on this drive. First down and 10. Now, Burrow. Quick throw, taken in. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. A carry here for Brown. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman, sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the gain to nothing.
Burrow from out of the gun here on 3rd down. He's got a receiver. It's Chase. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Now, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
Here's 1st and 10. Burrow gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays, throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch.
On 1st and 10, Burrow. Quick throw here is complete. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
Gesicki, the man in motion. second down. Burrow. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
It's always a risky decision anytime a quarterback tries to force the ball, especially into those tightly contested areas. Not a lot of daylight, not a lot of room for error. In this case, it just falls simply as an incomplete. But as this game unfolds, better decisions are going to lead to better results.
Got his man at the 6. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
Everyone talks about all the physical qualities to play quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and of course that's a given, but it's really the cerebral approach to the game that separates the best from everybody else, and I think both of those things were on display there, as he did not only a great job of finding the vulnerabilities of the back end, but then once his guy was there, it was that arm talent that put the ball in the exact right spot to allow his guy to make the big play.
He'll get this forward, no signal. They're going to mark him down at the 1. The ball a little closer now. It is 2nd and goal. One more time with Moss. And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up 3rd and goal. Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start. Third and goal. They'll run with Brooks. A dive, and he's in. Touchdown, Cincinnati. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. So on 3rd and goal, they run it in. Sometimes, Greg, that's 4-down territory. They didn't need to do it on 4th down. Taking care of it on the 3rd down for the touchdown.
Yeah, and when you find yourself down here this close, Mike, you have to finish these drives off. I'm with you. I think he was going to give his back 2 shots there to punch it in, but he only needed 1.
After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The visitors' offense getting set to get back to work. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with 1st down. Drive will start on the ground, and he'll take this up past the 40, a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. He'll get this over the middle to Diggs. And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. Working out of the gun, it's May. Quickly to the outside and complete.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
They'll come up now for second down and 4. Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump? Now Gibson. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's second and 6. From out of the gun, here's May. He's got his big tight end, Henry. And the Patriots are going to have a first and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
Now, May. And this is too far over the end line. It's incomplete.
They went for it all on that one and just a little bit off. Ball winds up hitting the ground. They've got to move forward. The opportunities are out there. Better execution, better location, and they got some big plays in their future.
Off the bootleg. Here's May. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete. Geno Stone that time. All over him in coverage.
You can feel them starting to press a little bit, especially with this passing game. They find themselves so close to the end zone, they got to get it over the goal line. You got to be a little bit more accurate. You got to be a little bit smarter with the ball. And right now, the timing, the spacing, it's just not matching up.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Patriots will cut into that lead.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in first and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. He'll take it at the 12. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Bengals offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now, they're going to try to keep it going. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up second and 5.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
On the ground, it's Brown. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more.
So often when it comes to safeties, Mike, we talk about their speed and their range. But for him to be able to come up and make a tackle and be physical at the point of attack and keep this ball carrier to no gain, that's pretty impressive.
Gesicki, the man in motion. That pass sideline is caught. Nice catch, stays in bounds, and he's got the first down. Terrific job with the feet to make that one a grab.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this third quarter. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 9. Burrow to throw. Pass right side, and Higgins has the catch. 17 yards on that connection. And the Bengals going to have a first down.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the fourth quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. You don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock, and without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back.
And that keeps them ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules, and the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
Whole lot of extra muscle over there on the left side for this 1st and 10. Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start. So, a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. They bring Chase in motion. Burrow. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. And he's not going to be able to get away. Very good coverage on the perimeter. It goes down as a loss of yards.
To play corner in this league, Mike, you have to have great reactions and instincts. In this case, he trusts those instincts from the jump, and he's able to send the offense going backwards as a result.
Gesicki, the man in motion. Now a 2nd down throw for Burrow. He's going to keep it himself.
Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold him to just a short gain.
Now a 3rd and 2. They go play action for Burrow. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
4th down, and the Bengals will bring in Evan McPherson for the field goal try. It'll be a 44-yard attempt. McPherson's kick is good, and the Bengals add on to their lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
McPherson now, after making the field goal, is set to kick this one off. They'll return this from the 11. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. This offense and their running back heading back on the field. And it's hard to believe you can run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. They'll run here with Gibson. And he'll be brought down at the 32 after a short pickup. Second down and 8. Here's May. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. But he can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
So the receiver does everything right except for the most important part. He runs a nice route, creates great separation downfield, but now you just got to finish that thing off with a catch.
Throwing on 3rd down is May. And this is going to be incomplete. That is a letdown there. Pass looked to be on target, no catch, and now 4th down.
Can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right. And I think it's a big part of the reason they find themselves trailing here in the 4th quarter.
The Bengals offense and Jamar Chase getting set for their next possession. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been unquestionably the star of the show, as they have just absolutely had no answer on the defensive side of the ball. A 1st down throw for Burrow. To the left side, caught by Chase. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
I'd like to see them do a better job here the rest of the game, Mike, just disguising the coverage from the pre-snap look to the post-snap look. And what I mean is, when you have a quarterback at this level and what they see before the ball's in their hands is the exact same thing they see once they do get the ball, everything is just so much easier for them to process. Change the look, change the coverages, move your safeties. Make the quarterback have to process with the ball in his hand. And up until this point, this has been an incredibly efficient game from this quarterback. I mean, it's hard to think. Here we are in the 2nd half, and that's only his 2nd incomplete pass. So finally, the defense is able to do something to disrupt his timing and finally try to get him out of this groove.
And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Burrow, and that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. So now the New England offense getting ready for their next possession. Will try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. They'll begin here on the ground. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. Second and 7. To throw now, May. That's right side and brought in by Williams. 12 yards on that hookup. Good for a Patriots 1st down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Here's a 2nd and 9. And in motion, it's Diggs. Throwing on 2nd down, May. A throw over the middle, and they can't connect. It's incomplete.
This is why it's so critical that the quarterback and his intended target are on the same page. They got to speak the same language. When there's miscommunication, it leads to errant throws, and when errant throws lead to big missed opportunities.
From the gun, on 3rd down, it's May. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump, and they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure in the backfield is why this team finds themselves with the lead here late in this ballgame.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. And that's going to be incomplete. They had to take that chance, trailing here in the 4th, but they will turn it over on downs. The home team's offense and their big play wideout getting set for their next possession. They start with the lead and the football, and they do so with tremendous field position. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw, Burrow. Loose inside the 30. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
So often we see a team that's milking a 2-score lead get very conservative, especially in the 4th quarter, but not this coach. He says, all right, I might have a 2-score lead. I want to make it 3. He's trying to put as much pressure on his opponent possible here down the stretch late.
On 1st down, Burrow. He'll go right and find his running back. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Now, Burrow. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and None of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and it's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
So now they'll send out Evan McPherson for this field goal try. It'll be a 35-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Bengals will add to their lead here in the fourth quarter.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
McPherson now, after making the field goal, is set to kick this one off. On the return, here comes Gibson. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Patriots offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. To throw is May. That's to the right side and incomplete.
Just seems like another case of predetermining where the quarterback is going to go with the ball. He had a lot of good route options on that last concept. I think if he just remains a little bit more patient, read the play out, let it unfold, will lead to some easier and better completions.
On second down, it's May. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
Operating from the shotgun, it's May. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. They pick up 17 through the air. First down, New England.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the second half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark, just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
Now someone up front moves early. Can't continue to make these mistakes if you're trying to mount a big comeback. May to throw again. Hauled in by the tight end, Henry. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
We spent so much time talking about these receivers. How fast do they run, Mike? How high do they jump? But so often, the guys that have the most success in the NFL, it's the mental part of the game. It allows them to create separation, find soft spots in the defense, attack defenders. It's exactly what he's able to do here, and really nice connection.
Off-balance throw. It's complete. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
So often for a defense defending the passing game, the most difficult guy to account for is the running back out of the backfield. So a really nice job here, bringing him down before he has a chance to pick up any yards after the catch.
That's to the left side and taken in by Diggs. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and Really nice job picking up the first down. This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
To throw again is May. That'll be complete to Gibson. And he won't get away. Good open field tackle there to get him down behind the line.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league, and it results in a negative play.
He's going to be brought down very close to that line to gain. They're going to mark him just a bit short, and now it's 4th down. So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. They only need a yard, and it's 4th down. Oh, and the rookie puts it on the deck. It's a fumble. The Bengals have got it.
Not that it's much of a consolation, but either way, Mike, that's going to result in a turnover. Going forward on 4th down, he's clearly stopped short of the sticks. In this case, might be trying to make something out of nothing there to keep that play alive, but great job here by the defense coming away with the stop, and now we'll see if the offense can come on the field and take advantage of it.
Heading out now, the Cincinnati offense. They're going to get set to take over once more. This one appears to be safe in hand. It has been a clinical performance to this point. Now they'll try to finish up strong. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Give it up the middle to Brooks. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. They'll go once more with Brooks. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it, you know it. And no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
A run with Brooks. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. So this one in the win column for the Bengals. It was a game played in a driving rainstorm, but they would not let the field or the conditions deter them in any way. They're going to come away from here with a well-earned victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Bengals as we say so long from Cincinnati.